everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to my next pick a card tarot read, which is entitled, I might actually change the name of this by the way, but for now it's entitled There's a Reward in Your Life Right Now. And what I'm wanting to do with this read is teach you how to look for those rewards and blessings in your life. And I would like to say now though, a reward isn't something that you need to earn or work hard for. It is your inheritance. It's not something that you need to prove that you're worthy of. It's your birthright. It's something that we have been taught to look away from. We've been taught to look at the drama in life, all the distractions in life, all the negativity in life. That's where we've been taught to look. We haven't been taught to look for the rewards. So that's what this read is endeavoring to do, is to train your mind into looking that way, creating that neurological pathway towards seeing rewards, getting good at doing that, because the more you look for the rewards in your life, the better you'll get at it. And the better you get at it, the more you see, to the point where all you see in your life is rewards. So my aim for this read is to get you familiar at the very least on how to actually look for rewards. It's best to, if you're not practiced at doing this in life and looking for the positive aspects, it would be better to look for the rewards in an area of your life that is going well. But if you are practiced at doing that, maybe you can actually look at a challenging situation in your life right now and challenge yourself to actually look in that situation and find the rewards, the golden nuggets that are in those situations. Not so easy. So when it comes to picking a pile, it'll be up to you as to what area of your life you're looking at, or maybe you just want to keep it general and just say, generally in life, this is what I'm looking for, or this is what's happening in my life. So when you pick a pile and then go into the pile, that will be talking about something that's going on in your life. And if it sounds like your life, whether it's a situation you're asking for or asking about or not, that can be your pile for you, because that's where the blessing is going to be. That's where your rewards are going to be, in the life experience that I speak about in each pile, in the energy check of each pile. So when I'm doing the pile selection, just if you want to have a certain area of your life in mind, do that. If not, just keep it light, keep it open, and just stay open for the rewards wherever they may land in your life through the read. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the energy check with 3 different decks this time, and I'm going to be using these stones as well as a different level of checking. So after the energy check, what we're going to do is we're going to go, it's sort of like a deeper energy check. What is your current perspective of your life, or the situation that's on your mind with regards to rewards themselves? Like, are you seeing those rewards at the moment, or are they remaining hidden? Then we're going to have a look at some belief systems at play. So we're going to see if your belief systems are limiting or supporting you in seeing these rewards. So if you are seeing them, obviously the belief systems are supporting you. But if you're not seeing them, the belief systems might be posing a bit of a challenge with regards to seeing those. So we'll have a look at that. Then we'll have a look at what either this or these rewards look like. It could be more than one. Often it will be more than one. How will you know when you see them and what to look out for? And I might say at this point, rewards are like looking for positive aspects, but in a really enhanced, refined way. Rewards are, like, when you think of rewards, it's a reward that is given in response to something that you've gained. Sort of like you go for a driver's license, you get the license, and that reward is your license. That reward represents freedom, things like that. It's a different level to looking at the positive aspects. It's a next level up. This is next level stuff. And if you get really, really good at it, you can look for rewards that keep on rewarding you. Like obtaining a driver's license would keep on rewarding you because you then have the freedom to drive or ride wherever you want. So rewards are next level things. These are really potent and highly energy charged positive aspects, if you're following me. So then we're going to have a look at any advice from spirit, and then we'll look at how will focusing on these rewards benefit and enhance your life. In and of itself, if you get good at seeing rewards in your life and consciously do that every single day, you're going to see them everywhere. So just in and of itself, it's going to be a reward, looking for them and finding them and getting good at that. But again, when you, again, looking at the example of getting a driver's license, that reward will keep on bringing more rewards. Oh, that means I can drive here. That means I can do that. That means I can get a job here. It's a reward that keeps on rewarding you. So that's the next level, again, reward. And then we'll close it off with some channeled messages. So if you want to go straight to the timestamp for pile 1 and then go back 10 seconds, you'll see the piles already down. But if not, I'm going to now select pile number 1. Okay. And this is with the Gateway Oracle. So this is going to be representing just a situation in your life. It's going to reflect what's going on in your life. And if what this describes is something that you are going through in your life, then you found your right path. So what's going on with you? And especially with regards to your rewards and where they are. Where are your rewards in life? That come out. Beautiful. So we'll put that one back. And pile 2, we're going to be using the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. Something I've got to say slowly, otherwise it just doesn't come out right. And again, this is going to be the area of life that your rewards are most likely going to appear, or the most obvious ones, or the most ones with the biggest energy or most meaningful to you. I might just do one more. I feel like doing one more shuffle here. And an area of life that you're experiencing right now. This is the energy check for pile 2. Oh, way too many. No, way too many. I only take, well, for the energy check, I only really want to take 1. But I only take 1 or 2 for the energy check. You know what? This is wanting to say a lot. I'm going to do that. I'm going to honor that because twice it's come out. So, you know what? It's getting 3. And that was like that. Okay. And the energy check for pile 3. This is called Mystical Wisdom, this deck. And again, an area of life where your rewards are, or the ones that have the most energy behind them. Okay, that's enough. Energy check for pile 3, please. Preferably 1 card. Yep, there we go. So, and I'm going to have them as they fall as well. So I'm going to be reading them in this exact orientation. Okay, so I'll put them actually in the middle there. There we go. So if you want to pick with cards, you've got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. But if you want to pick with crystals, this first pile for pile 1 is going to be called, is green adventuring. I'll see, probably can't see it if I do it down there. Okay, this is linked to the heart chakra. It's really good for cultivating prosperity and good fortune, anything money related. It's a great confidence booster. And it keeps your heart open and ready to receive love in, but in a healthy way. It helps you create boundaries, not walls, basically. And it also gets you in touch with your divine feminine, where you get in touch with that fierce power and that fierce feeling of protection, which is very highly linked to creating boundaries, not walls. So that is the green aventurine for pile 1. And pile 2, we've got sodalite. It's a blue color, and it's linked to the throat chakra. And it enhances self-esteem and heightens an inner trust. Because it works with the throat chakra, it boosts communication. It basically helps to improve how you speak to yourself and how you speak to others, and aligning you with your truth, especially with regards to speaking your truth and speaking your truth to yourself. It's really good with balancing the head and the heart. So that actually helps get you into alignment with truth and matching my nail polish color. Okay. It also sparks the imagination and creative processes as well. And it also helps ground you when you are accessing those higher truths. But great for communication. And if you have any throat issues, good for that too. So that's pile 2. And for pile 3, we have got selenite. Line that up. And that's linked to the crown chakra. And it's a highly spiritual stone, and it's a great conductor of spiritual energy. So if you're doing anything like channeling, meditation, connecting in with your guides, even just connecting in with your own gut instinct and just checking in with whether something feels right or not, this is really good to help you access those higher truths. It's really good for purification as well. So if you're doing any inner work or you're shifting any energy blocks, really great for that. And it'll actually also help give you some protection while you're doing any sort of sacred spiritual practices like that. So really good for the high energy work, and that's pile 3. Okay. So if you want to choose a pile now, you've got pile 1 with the Gateway Oracle and the green aventurine, which is the heart chakra, or pile 2, which is the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle with the sodalite, which is linked to the throat chakra. Or you've got pile 3 with mystical wisdom, and the crystal there is selenite, and that's linked to the crown chakra. So go ahead and select your pile, and I will see you in your read. Thank you, bye. Hey, pile 1, how you doing? Welcome to your read. And if you chose pile 1, you chose the Gateway Oracle, and you chose the heart chakra gemstone, which is the green aventurine. So already it might be to do with prosperity, it might be to do with money matters and cultivating prosperity and abundance, but also might be to do with the heart chakra itself and the heart itself, and keeping the heart open while at the same time creating some very healthy and strong boundaries around that, and tapping into your divine feminine, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. We've both got both feminine and masculine inside of us. So that's the stone you chose. And out of the Gateway Oracle, you've got cherishing self. I accept and love myself. Okay, so immediately what this is saying to me is you've been doing a lot of self-care. This could be cherishing your own finances. I will put that out there because this is about money matters as well. You may be saving up for something, or maybe you might be pampering yourself financially, maybe spending a little bit more money on yourself lately. But predominantly it's about doing things that make you feel good and choosing yourself first and putting yourself first and putting most predominantly your feelings first and doing things that make you feel good. So a great example of that is going on a day spa, or saying to people who normally take up a lot of your time, you know what, I'm doing me this weekend, please leave me be because I need to recharge. That's what you're doing. And out of this inner exploration that you're doing, you're actually finding yourself again. Usually, and this has been going on for a little while, you've been doing the inner work, or you've been doing pampering, or you've been putting your self-worth, putting yourself first, and you've been working on your self-worth, and you've been doing that for a while now. So you've been doing the inner work, you've been doing pampering, you've been practicing standing up for yourself, or you might be practicing setting good boundaries with people. Anything like that is what these two are representing. I'm thinking it's more to do with matters of the heart and cherishing and honoring your own heart and honoring your own soul, which is your soul speaks through your heart. So whatever is coming through this time and whatever, inspiration or information that is coming through in this time is coming through your heart, is coming from your soul. And you're getting to know yourself on a deeper and inner level and knowing what makes you feel good. If you feel good and you fill your own cup, then you're going to be more benefit to others. And I believe that you've probably realized this already. You've been doing this long enough to know that. So my guess is you've actually gotten very good at doing that, at setting boundaries, sticking up for yourself, saying no, or even saying yes to things that make you feel good, honoring your heart, listening to your heart, and letting your heart have a say. Because perhaps in the past you would just let your mind have a say or your fears have a say. But what you've been doing lately is like, no, I want to choose what makes me feel good. And I want to let my heart and my soul have a say. So this is where your rewards can be found, in what you've gained as a result of this. My guess is, and we'll get some more with the cards, but my guess is you probably already know what this reward is. You're probably already reaping the benefits of it. And this reading is probably just going to bring that more into your conscious awareness. So we'll see what your belief systems are. And the next card that we draw out will be, what is your perspective of this healing work that you're doing, and with respect to the rewards inherent in it, and if you're currently seeing it. So I would say, we'll see what the cards say, that's going to beautifully complement these two cards. This is in the upright. You've been doing it for a while. You're really good at it. You're really good at, and perhaps you don't think you are, but I feel that you're doing better than you think you are. For example, if you have recently set a boundary with someone who was used to stepping over them or tried to step over them, and you said no, but your voice shook when you said it, or you felt like you were a bit too passive in your in delivering the message, and you felt that you didn't do it good enough or you weren't strong enough. No, that is excellent. The fact that you actually spoke up and said something, this is an example, a very good example of what this is saying. The fact that you actually felt that you could, huge step, huge leap forward from where you've come from, and you have 100% honored your heart by doing that. Who cares if your voice shook? Who cares if you were a little bit passive about it? You said it, you spoke up, and they heard it. Perhaps you've said no to someone, or you've said no to someone who's used to having you drop everything for them, or even you've said no to kids and say, you know what, I'm taking tonight off to myself. You guys are all cared for. You know, you've got food in your belly, you've got shelter, you've got your games to play and everything, but I just want this next couple of hours to myself. No, that's perfectly okay. And you're getting good at doing that. And everyone around you is now starting to accept that, this is the new her or him. This is this new person where, you know what, she's not letting go of this, or he's not letting go of this. You're not letting go of this. You're actually making this now your predominant state, where you choose yourself first and you put yourself first, and you're teaching others how to treat you now. You've changed, and therefore they need to change in the way they relate to you, or the way they communicate with you, or the way they are interacting with you. They need to come into line with that. And if they love you too, they will go, absolutely, I can see this is really beneficial for you. And if they do love you, they've probably seen you in other areas of life where you haven't been as strong, and where potentially you may have been taken advantage of. These people that love you will go, oh, yes, I love this new fierce side of you. I love this side of you that's setting up boundaries, even if it means with me. Yep, absolutely. I will honor that, because I can see how it's actually benefiting you and helping you grow and become a better person, or a stronger person. You're already a good enough person. Don't think you weren't. So if that sounds like you, I am trying, and I say this every read, I am trying to make these shorter. We'll see. We'll see. So we'll put that one up there and we'll put that in pride place right here. Okay. So these cards here, that's pile 2 and pile 3. Okay, so cherishing the self. So what I'm going to now look at is I'm going to use the Secret Oracle. And now we're going to have a look at what is your perspective of the situation where the rewards reside. And the rewards reside in the work that you're doing. So if you're cherishing yourself by taking up a hobby, that's a reward in itself. The feeling and the pleasure that they give you. Even just the reward of how it feels to actually stand your ground, say no, set boundaries, and see how that actually can be honored, you know, and people are respecting it, people are liking it. And if they're not liking it, it's because they benefited from you when you didn't have boundaries. They no longer need to be in your life anyway. So, you know, there's a reward there. So this is the current perspective or your current perspective of your situation. Respond with grace. Oh, that's beautiful. And I'll just get the back of the deck as well. Undeserving villains. Exactly what I love tarot. I love it when tarot does, is it just, you know, confirms exactly what I was just saying. Okay. And interesting, I will just say that I nearly fell off my chair. So perhaps this is surprising to you. It's going to make you fall off your chair. Or it might actually make the villains fall off their chairs. It's like, whoa, I didn't think she had that in her. You're surprising people. And what does that say? Respond with grace. So when you're setting your boundaries, and especially with villains, and villains can just be people who just aren't honoring your boundaries or honoring your heart right now. When you respond, like when you set boundaries, you don't have to be an asshole about it. You really don't. You can actually, like, even if you deliver a boundary with a shaky voice, or you deliver a boundary in a passive, soft voice or in a passive way, you're still delivering the message and they're still hearing it. These undeserving villains, they know your worth. They already know how amazing you are. That's why they're trying not to, that's why they're benefiting from you not having any boundaries, because they get direct access then to you. You are that valuable. But you setting up boundaries, you're actually blocking that access from them. And they're going, what happened to you? You're no longer the person that you were before. So this could possibly be a further energy check as to whether you've chosen this right pile, the right pile for you. But what you're doing, and I don't think you 100% see the benefit or the reward in this, or the blessing in this, because it is difficult to, especially when you're not used to setting boundaries, or you're not used to putting yourself first. You're used to putting everyone else first, even at the expense of your own heart, or, you know, whether they cross your boundaries or not. You're used to doing that. So you're not actually used to doing this just yet. But you've done it for a while, but it's still, you know, but you've been doing it enough and you've said it enough for them to get the message. If someone at this point, because I would say that you've probably set this boundary with one or more people more than once, because these are both what I call in the completion phase. So this is the initial phase and it goes right through to the completion phase. It takes a while to do that. So I would say that you've been doing this for a while and you've been standing up for yourself with one particular person or maybe several people for a while. If they're still not respecting your boundaries, then they are going to go. They are going to go because, or level up. They can choose to level up. That's their opportunity right now. But if they don't level up, they're not going to like the new you anyway, because they're not going to benefit from it. They don't know how to be any different. They're not deserving of your light. And the fact that you setting boundaries and then putting up resistance is actually a reward in itself, because you're actually going, you know what, I'm stronger now. It makes you feel stronger. When you walk away, it's like, I said that. Instead of walking away going, oh, I should have said that, I should have said that. You're not. You're walking away going, you know what? I said something. I did something. I put myself first. I did it. And that is making you stronger and stronger and stronger. They're seeing that. And what that's going to make them do is, well, either level up, but these are undeserving villains. So my guess is they're going to, after a while, just give up. And they'll go, you know what? This isn't worth it. I'm not getting the energy draw that I used to get. She's clearly not giving up on this. Maybe they thought that they could wear you down, or it might be a temporary phase or whatever, but they're seeing you getting stronger at it. They're seeing you getting better at it. They're seeing that you're not backing down. If you're going to say something, if they're going to be like that again, you're going to say something every single time, and they're starting to get worn down. And they're the ones will probably just filter out of your life. You probably won't even have to do anything, actually, because they'll just go, oh, move on to the next person. And I would say that the more that you choose yourself first and put yourself first and become the most truest version of yourself, it is no longer a match to these people. They don't feel right anymore anyway. So if they do leave your life, you're like, oh, phew. They're sort of like weighing you down still, because they're forcing you to have to assert your boundaries. But in doing so, they're making it so you get good at doing it. You get good at standing your boundaries, standing your ground, setting your boundaries, walking away feeling that sense of pride and accomplishment and strength and inner courage because you did it, and you're getting good at it, and you're getting better and better and better at it, whether you think it or not. In that inherent is its own reward, because you're going to now move through life a stronger person. You're going to know that, because there's also people in your life that are actually honoring your boundaries and actually saying, okay, yeah, sorry, I was trying to cross a boundary, I apologize. And then taking action, actually doing action towards rectifying that, or demonstrating their respect for your boundaries. So you're also getting to see that too. You're also getting to see the benefits of standing your ground and setting your boundaries, and how people who love you will listen to that, will honor that, and make changes accordingly, and that will only enhance your relationship with them. It would only benefit it. So with those other ones that aren't honoring it, they're giving you the best opportunity to grow, because if you can set your boundaries with them and consistently, oh my God, you can do it with anyone. They're giving you the practice. Just practice on them. That's all they are now, really. They're not deserving of your light. You know what? If I'm not ready to give them the flick just yet, that can just be my practice. That can be someone who I practice on and get stronger on. If they leave, then, they're not deserving of it anyway. So that is a reward in itself, because you can get really good at this. Okay, and you're already getting really good at it, but you can get really good at it. And they can level up or not. So let's have a look now at, I was going to clarify, but I don't need to. Let's have a look now at the belief systems at play. All right. And this is the Tarot of Dreams deck. That didn't want to shuffle. Belief systems at play. So the belief systems with regards to, are they belief systems limiting or supporting you in seeing these rewards? So are you in alignment? I would say the belief systems are quite positive, because you are doing the work and you are actually setting boundaries. So let's just see what your belief systems are with regards to seeing the rewards of cherishing yourself and setting those boundaries. Wanted to come out. Knight of Cups. Effing beautiful. Okay. So the Knight of Cups, he doesn't, or I'll say he because it's a knight, but the Knight of Cups doesn't do anything that doesn't make him feel good. Every decision, and again, completion phase, same orientation. And I'm going to actually put that under there. And I'm going to put that over there, because you want to walk away from these guys. Let's put that up there. So the Knight of Cups honors their heart in everything they do. They check in with the heart, and now he's actually looking at cherishing himself. He's like, you are very good at honoring your boundaries and putting yourself first and loving yourself first. You're incredibly good at doing that. And as a result, this is the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is a card where you actually walk away from the pain of the past. So I just had to cut. I just got interrupted. So sorry about that. Okay. So the Six of Swords is about moving on from a painful situation or a painful separation of some sort, or some sort of bittersweet situation where things have ended with someone and it wasn't very nice. So potentially this either will soon lead to an ending of a relationship with someone, or a friendship, or a business relationship, could be someone at work, or it's either leading to it or it's already happened as a result of you putting yourself first. But the belief systems are, they don't know how to respect or honor anyone's boundaries. They probably don't even know how to respect their own boundaries. They're probably self-sabotage themselves. They probably disrespect themselves. They don't honor their own heart. They don't know how. They just need to know how to loose off other people. So I would say you're on the way to walking away from them, or you've at least made the energetic break because you've leveled up on an emotional way, in an emotional way, or on an emotional level that is just far surpassing these ones. So that is the reward in itself. You're going to get to move on to a life that is just blissful and peaceful and a breath of fresh air compared to this last life. And it's because you've leveled up. You've actually gone into an energetic realm where they can't reach you. They're just not a match to you. So they're just going to naturally leave your life anyway. And I think you're already on your way, or you've already done that, because you are doing the inner work. It doesn't matter if you don't call it inner work. You are doing that by honoring your heart and choosing that and making choices based on that. That's exactly what you're doing. So your belief systems are bang on. Okay, so let's just keep this moving. All right. So what will these rewards look like? And how will you know when you see them? So we're just sort of looking at what to look out for. And I would say that, what to look out for is just how you feel. How does it feel? Now you've done that. So what to look out for is on an emotional level so far. But let's just see what this is. And these are called Learning Tarot cards. Let's see what they have to say. And these are really slippery. What to look out for. There they go. Spun out. Okay, and I need my glasses for this one. Okay. Moving on. Oh, my God. Well, the Eight of Cups. So that's a moving on card, and that's a moving on card. There's two moving on cards. But this is about fear of moving on, stagnation, monotony, accepting your lot. So I'm just going to get a clarifier. Okay. It could actually be, all right, let's keep that one. It could actually be moving on from an addiction, or moving on, like quitting smoking is a perfect way of cherishing yourself. Changing your eating habits, changing your drinking habits or drug habits, anything where you've overindulged in the past. It could be any sort of addiction to anything, but it's usually more, especially with the Three of Cups, it's usually more of a substance abuse type thing. Maybe you party too hard. You're moving on from that, but perhaps like that could be the undeserving villain as well. I'm just putting that out there. It could be gambling. It could be anything where it wasn't serving you, but it had a very large energetic presence in your life and in your psyche and in your mind and in your thoughts. So it is really difficult to move on from someone or something that had in the past completely dominated your thoughts and completely dominated your emotions. So you want to move on, but I would say that it's fear of actually doing it and what's going to be on the other side. It's better, but it has just become so familiar to be with this energy that you think, whew, you know, it's a heavy, heavy burden. I've overcome several addictions in my life, and I know how hard it is, and people can be addictions as well. You can have things like trauma bonds with people, or you could have just known someone for a really, really long time. It could be a family member as well. It's really, or you could just be addicted to the trauma cycle, or the cycle of behavior, where, you know, they would create or incite drama in you. You would react, and then when you react, they'd react to that, and then you'd react to, and then it'd just be this whole cycle. It's like, well, what would my life be like without it? It's like, will it be boring? It's like giving up a soapy on the TV and stop watching that. Well, what will I do at 4 o'clock every afternoon? You know, it's sort of, how do I fill that void now? Like when you quit smoking, so many things are surrounded smoking. Like you get up, you have a cigarette, have something to eat, have a cigarette, have sex, have a cigarette, finish work, have a cigarette, get in the car. You know, the cigarettes are linked and associated to so many areas of life that giving this thing up, whatever it is or whoever it is, you could have lived with that person or for a very long time. It's going to, like, well, my life is going to completely change as a result of removing this, but I have to. You have to, because you're no longer a match to them. It just feels so wrong to be with that energy, whoever it is or whatever it is that you're moving away from. But it seems that there might be a little bit of fear. And with the Six of Swords, when you do move on to smoother waters, you do take those limiting belief systems with you. So there's still a little bit of inner work that you need to do. And perhaps that inner work is what's actually making you feel like that you're not doing this good enough or well enough, or I'm not strong enough, or whatever the words are. Like, courage isn't facing fear and going, "Wahaha," you know, "I've got you," and acting like Hercules or whatever. Courage is actually facing the fear, feeling absolutely scared shitless, but doing it anyway. Standing up for your beliefs, whether that be to an addiction, whether it to be a voice in your own head, or whether it to be an actual person. You're standing up to that voice, whether it be an inner voice or an outer voice. You're doing it, and that's courage. That's where you're actually already demonstrating courage. If you get to the point where you stand up to yourself for anyone or anything or your own inner voice and it's like, easy, you've already learnt the lesson. You know, it's no longer an issue anymore anyway. So you're just moving through that stage where you're just getting really good at it. And when you get to that point where you go, that's it, I want to move on, however that may be, that person or that limiting belief system or that addiction, that voice that represents the addiction, that's going to dig in. That's going to really make life difficult for you, because it senses its own demise, essentially, or this person senses the ending of your light and your spirit, and they're going to fight to the death to try and push every button it can or they can in order to stay in your life. But you got to a point where you're getting good at feeling good. Nothing of this energy can match that. Nothing. It just feels too off now. They just feel too wrong. And you have to. It's almost like you don't feel you have a choice anymore. You have to honor this. You have to honor yourself, because going back or staying with the person is a form of self-betrayal. If this person, if it is a person, they do level up and they do make an effort, then you can make the decision to just see it out and see how it goes if you want to give that a go. But that's up to you. Check in with your heart, because you're really good at doing that. Do they deserve it, or are they undeserving? Are they worth giving it? Is it worth giving them one more chance? Or no, I can't go there. Because you get to the point sometimes, you know, where it's just too much. You just go, no, it's too hard. Like a relationship with you, or a relationship with that part of you that, you know, wants to, for example, have a cigarette, you know, that it's just too hard. I'm done with it. And I think that's where you're getting to, or you've already gotten to, but perhaps you haven't actually made that break. So this question is like, what will these rewards look like? That, I know it sounds like a paradox, but the reward will be when that little voice goes, oh, I can't do this, and tries to grip in. That lets you know you're there, because that's threatened. That little voice inside you is threatened, or that person is threatened. because they see their demise. That is where you'll see the reward. Weird, I know. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this deck that I didn't use before. So I'm going to have another, ask that question again from a different deck, because that's a hard one. That's really hard. Like, it's a hard energy to be in. So again, what will these rewards look like? How will you know when you see them? Is there any other reward or way you're going to see them? This reward of cherishing yourself and getting really good at setting your boundaries. But that is a reward. It's a bit of a bittersweet reward, but it is a reward. Page of Cups and Two of Swords. Okay, I would say a decision is going to be made for you. Aha, perfect. Okay, so yeah, a decision is going to be made for you. And I am going to move these up because I've got a couple more decks to use, but I'll move these up here once I've done reading them. But as a result of doing the inner work and listening to yourself and honoring yourself and staying true to that, a decision will be made for you. So a good example of that is someone who has been undeserving and hasn't been respecting your boundaries will leave. They'll just naturally morph out of your life and make it easy for you. They might just go, you know what, I'm done. They might blame you, blah, 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 whatever, who cares? They're gone. And then a brand new beginning will begin. That is how you will see the blessing. You will see the reward for this work that you've put into yourself. They're no longer going to be a match to you. If it's something to do with a healing or healing from an addiction, perhaps you might hit what's called rock bottom. You know, when I gave up smoking, what did it for me is I had a cigarette in one hand and I had a puffer in the other hand. I had to use the puffer in order to have the cigarette. And I looked at them both and went, no, that's it. I can't do this anymore. That was my rock bottom. That was me going, you know, I can't do this. This is ridiculous. This is no longer an option. You're going to get to a point where it's no longer an option. You've got no choice but to move forward. So something is going to happen where the decision is going to be made for you. It's going to cross some sort of mental threshold that says, you know what, once I pass that, I can't. You know, that's my limit. I'm not going to go past that limit. So if that's for example, an addiction, that's how it's going to represent itself. Or if it's someone else, they're just going to naturally morph out of your life and just make the decision for you. Or the universe is going to step in some way and just going to make it so painfully obvious, this is the way I have to move. If you say wanting to break from a job and you've been looking for another job and you've been like standing up for yourself or whatever, perhaps the job might end. It might be the universe stepping in and making that decision for you. It's like, do I stay? Do I go? Do I stay? Do I go? The universe is going to go, you know, and make you start a new beginning. Or it might even bring in another opportunity. The Fool is a brand new beginning, a brand spanking new beginning where you start with someone completely new or you start on your own completely new. You're now moving forward in your life with a completely different perspective on yourself and on your life and how you are going to choose to move forward within it. It's completely different. Okay, sorry about cut number 2. I ran out of space. These are really big files, so I'm going to have to figure that out. I'm still learning this. Okay, but I did look back and I hadn't said too much more before I realized it cut out. So basically, yes, you're starting a brand new beginning and you're moving away from what was not serving you. So inherent in that is what you'll see. It's going to be bloody obvious. It's going to be obvious. But remember to see it as the reward or for the reward that it is. Because it's as a result of you looking after yourself and you're just doing a spring clean of anyone or anything that just doesn't work in your life anymore. And that's a very, very good thing because what you can look forward to moving forward in this new beginning is a life within a life. I don't think I spoke about that. It feels like, and I've been getting this a lot in readings where it feels like there's 2 different incarnations in the one lifetime. This new life that you can look forward to is going to look completely different to where you're coming from because you're completely different. You're going to be now experiencing a life, and this is the reward, by the way. You're going to be experiencing a life that is a match to how you treat yourself. You're going to find more people that will be treating you the way you're treating you, which is with love and respect. Okay, So what I'm going to do, just to save space, is I'm just going to keep on going. So advice from Spirit. And what I'll do is I will move these up here. Okay. Advice from Spirit from my 20-year-old Mythic Tarot deck, which doesn't like to be shuffled. You know what? I'm taking that one. 10 of Wands. Yeah, it is overwhelming. This whole situation, it's just overwhelming. Keeping this energy in your life is just too hard. It's just too hard. You know, at one point, at one point, it was a goal or a desire. I'm just going to shuffle them one more time. Because they're so old, they just stick together. At one point, oh, there we go. It was something that you desired. But now it's too much. Okay, so this is advice. Okay, so, and it feels like an injustice has been done as well. And what the injustice is a disrespecting of your boundaries. That's an injustice. And see it as that. It's making you feel overwhelmed. This old relationship, even thinking back on it, or the addiction itself, whatever it is, it's overwhelming. I was going to take a drink. Oh, yummy. And I'll just get one more card. It is a divine injustice. That's what that is saying. Okay. And whoever this person is unreliable. It could be a friend, I would say, or perhaps they like to party a bit too hard, or whatever resonates with you. But this person is just, or this, what you maybe used to rely on this substance, or you felt that you could rely on it, and it's no longer reliable anymore. It's probably, I remember when I would smoke pot, and towards the end of smoking pot, it was actually having an adverse effect on me. The drugs weren't working. Isn't there a song saying drugs don't work or something? That's an example of this. They're just not working for you in the way they used to. In fact, it's actually overwhelming you. It's getting too much. It's having an adverse, something that used to work for you is having an adverse reaction to this. See that overwhelmed situation as an injustice. An injustice has been served and treated as such. What do you do with an injustice? You actually get justice for it. You turn that around. You make some changes. You cut people out of your life. You make some decisions in your life and make some rulings in your life and turn that around. And you do that by honoring yourself. You do that by going, okay, what will make me feel good in this situation? And then whatever the answer to that is how you reverse this injustice. That is the advice. I would say it's more likely as a friend or someone that you've known for a while, or a business associate. It might not be a relationship. This may not be referring to a relationship. I seem to be feeling energy more of friendship, business associate, or some sort of addiction, relationship to an addiction or a health issue. That's what it's feeling more like. And it's just about developing your relation. It's all surrounding developing a relationship with yourself and honoring your own heart. And for the first time in probably your whole life, you're actually beginning to put yourself first. Okay, so let's have a look on how focusing on yourself, which is the reward, and the rewards, this is a reward that is going to keep on giving, because again, you're going to be teaching other people how to treat you, because they're going to watch you and see how you treat yourself. And you're treating yourself incredibly well. So that's all you're going to be attracting. So it's a reward that's going to keep on giving. So how will focusing on these rewards benefit and enhance your life? And then I might just go straight into channeled messages. Oh, look at that. Awesome. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune, just check this is still in shot. Yes, I've got heaps of room. Look at that. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune, luck, progress, change. This is where fate steps in, or you create your own fate and it steps in. This is going to be, it's going to feel incredibly lucky. This is the universe coming in, and I feel like getting just one more card on that, and then one more. Something is going to change, but for the better. Okay. And it might come after a period of, oh, look at that, a wish granted. So I was going to make it so I can get all of these in shot, and this can go down a little bit anyway. There we go. All right. Okay. So this is going to benefit your life by giving you, perhaps in a really lucky way, the life that you deserve and that you're worthy of. And it's going to be like a wish come true or a wish granted. And I'll give an example in my own life. There was someone who was wanting to leave my life, but I actually didn't want to go through the hassle of actually, telling them that. So I said, universe, do it for me. Do it on my behalf and make it so it is just easy for me, so I don't have to do anything. And that exact thing happened. It hurt because I was, organizing to see this person and they didn't show up, and then they didn't text or anything like that. They didn't answer my text. And I thought, you know what? Cool. You just made that so easy for me. Thank you very much. And I literally didn't have to do a thing. So you could actually ask if you're ready and wanting to be gone or done with this energy, this person, or this health condition, or this addiction, or whatever it is. Ask the universe to step in. Say, look, you have my permission to step in. This is my wish. This is how it's going to enhance your life. You're going to get really good at working with the universe and creating your own fate. This is a wish granted, and this is the fate card. So it could be the universe stepping in, especially with the divine justice. I'm seeing this more of a divine justice. And the Four of Swords here reversed is about coming out of a period of healing, or coming out of a period of hospitalization, or, where there's been some sort of painful separation. So you're going to feel the rewards most likely on the other side of this, when you have your wish granted, and a little bit after that. So, for example, if it is a breakup of a relationship or a friendship or a work or job or something like that, you're going to give it a couple of days or a couple of weeks just to sort of acclimate to the change. But then you're going to go, whoa, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wished for. I didn't know it when I was going through it, but this is exactly what I wished for. Now I'm attracting this. Perhaps you'll start attracting people who treat you that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tune in a little bit deeper and just close this off with channel messages. Just 1 second. Okay. Getting sort of what goes around comes around. A revolving door. Perhaps you're going to see, like, it feels like one person's going to leave, another person's going to come in. Or a health condition is going to leave, or addiction is going to leave, and amazing feeling of health and well-being is going to replace it. The exact opposite of what you've gone through is going to be experienced now as a result of putting yourself first. It all starts and ends there. The whole journey is about cherishing yourself and honoring yourself and doing what makes you feel good. This new life is going to be filled with things that make you feel good, because that's the message you're sending out to the universe and everyone and everything in it, including yourself. You're telling your cells that. You're telling your cells, I love myself. I love my cells. I love health. I love feeling good. So your body's going to go, okay, that's how you want me to treat you. You're going to start seeing health conditions clear up. Your skin will clear up. If going through an addiction, it's going to become easier and easier, because feeling healthy, like you give up smoking, for example, that once you clear your lungs and you cough all that out and everything, once you start getting your taste back, once you start being able to breathe easier, once you start being able to walk up a flight of stairs without coughing up a lung or having an asthma attack, once you start experiencing the benefits of moving on and moving in that new life and living and experiencing that new life, whoa, that's going to feel amazing. You're going to feel like this whole situation was a divine intervention for your benefit. It is going to feel effing amazing. It will feel really good. There will be a transition period where you'll be healing from whatever it is that is leaving your life, but stay true to who you are. Stay true to your love of self. and that will actually get you through. And you're going to just feel the full 100% benefits of being that person and experiencing a life that someone who is like that gets to experience, and you're well on your way. So I'll just see if there's anything else, because again, I want to keep these short because these files, I'm trying a new way of filming and using my laptop, and it's just, it's taking up a lot of data. So check it. I'll tune in to see if there's anything else. No, you're doing great, honey. You really are. You're doing exceptionally well. This was something that was actually predestined from birth. You were meant to go through this. And now you're going to reap the rewards for the rest of your life as a result of learning the key thing that you came here to learn, which is to put yourself first, set healthy boundaries, protect your heart rather than defend it, put boundaries up rather than put walls up, and honor that, and teaching other people it's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to say no, and you don't have to be a bitch or a bastard about it. You can actually deliver it in a nice, gentle way, but firm, assertive way, honoring yourself, and people are going to treat you accordingly, which is just amazing. Your life is going to be awesome. It is just going to be awesome. It is going to be one reward in and of itself, and it's going to be reward after reward after reward after reward after reward, because life is going to be teaching or treating you the way you've now chosen to treat yourself, which is with amazing respect and love. Okay, I'm going to end it on that because that's absolutely beautiful. Whew. Well, thank you very much for joining me. And if you liked this reading, like, share, subscribe, put a comment in there. If there's anything that you want me to do, a tarot that you want me to do, or a subject that you have in mind that you want me to do a tarot for, please put that in the comments below. But until next week, when I do my next read, I'll say bye. Thank you. Hey, pile 2. How you doing? Thank you for joining me. And if you picked this pile, you picked the sodalite, which is the throat chakra crystal. This is all about communication, boosting communication, coming into your higher truth, speaking your truth both to yourself and to others, and balancing out the head and the heart as well, and making decisions from that balance. So let's just have a look at your oracle cards. So these are actually all look reversed. I don't normally read these reversed, so that's interesting. So in the castle of dreams, and I'm reading this upside down, become altered by the color of your dreams. And this one, you are invited. Suit up, show up, and open up. And this one, breadcrumbs of bliss, heed your pleasure principle. Okay, so first off, this is interesting that this is reversed. These are all reversed. And I would say that this is a pile where if you're choosing this pile and you want to go in this direction, it would be because you're no stranger to doing the inner work or looking at yourself or finding positive situations or positive aspects out of a negative situation. You're actually pretty good at it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be drawn to it. This seems to be a challenging pile, but usually with the greatest challenge comes the greatest reward as well, which is what this reading is all about, is the rewards. So let's start with this one here, in the castle of dreams. This is about messages coming through your dreams. And this being reversed, I would say that there's a dream that you've had recently or a little while ago that you received a message that might have been distressing. It could have been a heads up as to something that's going on in your life that is undesirable. It could have been had like a bit of a nightmare effect, or it's just messages that's come through that you've gone, oh, I didn't want to know that. I didn't want to know about that person. I didn't want to get that warning. I would say that you've had dreams before that have come true, and you do listen to them and you do remember them and you do analyze them. So I would say there's been something that has come through your dreams, or at the very least come through your intuition in the way that you normally receive messages, that has been something that is blocking this reward from coming in, and it's blocking you from moving forward. So you are invited. That's reversed. So you suit up, show up, and open up. So possibly as a result of this, you've turned down an invitation, or you've not shown up for a certain thing or a certain person, or even for yourself. Even could be towards your own. I feel like getting this before I move on, like it could be towards like a project or something that you're working on. Breadcrumbs of bliss, heed your pleasure principle. So life will give you the breadcrumbs that lead you to your bliss, that lead you to what you've been asking for, lead you to your reward. And for some reason, you're either seeing the breadcrumbs and choosing not to follow them, like you're seeing the synchronicities, or you're seeing the coincidences, whatever you see, whatever you call it. You're seeing the opportunities as well. Perhaps there's a job offer, for example, that you've received, and maybe something that's come through. You could have done tarot, whatever, and you've chosen to not go forward with that thing. An example in my life is not the job I'm in now, but the previous one. I did a tarot on it. I was really excited about it, and it said, no, you're going to be really unhappy there. You're going to be completely overwhelmed, and you're going to quit by Christmas. And that's exactly what happened. Because I ignored it, I went there because I thought, no, it's a good job. You know, there was synchronicities that were leading me to that job. This could be negative synchronicities as well. But as a result, you know, I learned so much from that job, and, you know, I gained a lot from it. There was a lot of wisdom that I actually learnt about myself through that. So that was just an example. So it could be there is an invitation that you're choosing to. It could be an invitation from a person or an event, a job, or even life itself. It could be an invitation to follow the breadcrumbs, follow the synchronicities. And you're going, you know what? I'm not going to do that, because I'm going to honor this thing that came through. And this here being about communication, this feels like more of an inner truth, or an inner voice, or listening and honoring your inner voice and aligning with your truer self. But it does have a feeling that perhaps this needs to be looked at, whatever the message is, whatever that intuition is, whatever that gut instinct is that is blocking you from moving forward in this area. It feels like it does need to be addressed, because it feels like it's blocking the reward that's coming. So I think we would probably have to go down and drill down a little bit further into the next question about what is your current perspective of your life situation with regards to the rewards, and are you seeing them? That might shed a little bit more light as to whether this is your read or not. So let's just move them up, because it's not 100% clear. And we'll use Seeker Oracle to just ask about that, your current perspective of it. And are you seeing the rewards? What's your perspective of this life, or this situation, or this opportunity, wherever you've been invited? You know, are you getting in the way of that invitation from coming in? Let's have a look. That one wants to come out. A choice to be made. Yeah, you haven't made the choice yet. That's in short. Yes. So perhaps you've actually avoided making a choice, and you've avoided it for some time because of that fear. So that invitation is still in your life. And the universe, if it's a universal breadcrumb, the universe won't stop giving you ways. It's sort of like a GPS. You know, it's just going to keep calibrating, can't say that word, and recalibrating to keep you on track towards your goals. But you need to make a choice. So whatever is stopping these rewards from coming in, is a choice needs to be made. So I would say that you're aware of where the rewards are. The belief systems at play, which we're going to have a look at next, will give you a little bit of information as to what those belief systems are, or where those blocks are. But at the end of the day, you need to make a choice, and you need to move forward. You need to if I invite you to, or you can if you want to, here we go, invited to, at least take one It feels like a risk to you, because nightmares can also be a projection of your limiting belief systems and of what's holding you back. It just feels like your rewards are being held back by yourself, by the words that the words that you tell yourself and how you speak to yourself. I'm just going to get another one from this deck as to your perspective and whether you see the rewards. I believe that you definitely see the path to them, or whatever this is an opportunity. A job opportunity is a perfect example of this. You see it, but time to rise. Yeah, reap what you sow. Okay. And have faith. I'm going to put that on that side as well. So, have faith that everything is going to work out. It feels like you still need more information. Perhaps this reading is a piece of that puzzle or a piece of that information. But it's time to rise and actually make a choice and reap what you sow. So I'm going to get some more to clarify on that one. And this is the Crystal Visions Tarot. I was going to clarify, reap what you sow. It just feels like there's unnecessary fears and worries. Let's get some clarification on that. There we go. Thank you very much. Queen of Swords. Okay, so and the Three of Cups as well. Where am I going to put that? Let's put that there and that there. Okay, so the Queen of Swords, is that in short? Yes, the Queen of Swords, she knows what she wants, and she knows what or who needs to be cut out and what needs to stay in. This is a decision that needs to be made. Like, this is a stone here, which balances out the head and the heart. With the Queen of Swords here, I would say that perhaps you're used to making decisions from the heart, and now what's being called for is to get your head more involved, because there is a lot of fears here. Perhaps there's been an invitation to a party or to just have lunch with a friend, but there's fears around going out with people. That's an example of this, a choice to be made. Say yes. You know what? What harm can it do going out for a lunch with a friend? What harm can that do? If you take that job, you can always quit. Just sort of feel it out. Taking that leap of faith with that breadcrumb that the universe has sent out to you, just going, you know what? I'm going to make that phone call. I'm just going to attend that interview and just see. Who knows? I might actually like it. This could just be, and again, we're going to get limiting belief systems in a second. This could just be a fear manifested in my dreams, and I'm basing all my decisions based on a fear or a limiting belief system. And I could be wrong. Entertain the idea of actually just taking that next step and think logically through a situation. Sometimes, especially when fears and nightmares are involved, your emotions just go on overdrive, and the emotions can actually lead you astray. It can actually lead you off the path. And what the universe is doing is it's constantly trying to get you back on, but you're going, no, scary, scary, scary. Time to rise through that and take charge of your own mind and go, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to give this a go. And because you're all about synchronicities, you're all about listening to your intuition, but also at the same time, intuition or a limiting belief system can actually sound like your intuition. But if it's screaming at you, it's not, it's your fears. Because your fears are loud, they're abrupt, they're repetitive, they're not very nice, they don't savor it, they put you in a state of fear. Your intuition is soft and it's subtle and it's simple, and it'll just come and then it'll go and it'll flow and it'll just feel right. So if this message doesn't feel right, if this message that you're getting feels wah and scary and putting you in a place of fear, then what this is in saying is to actually take a different approach to the one that you've been taking up until now, and actually accept that invitation. Go on that date, attend that job interview, get out of the house, start that YouTube channel, whatever it is, make that post on that social media, make a post on your social media, whatever it is that makes you feel like, and it would most likely be about speaking your truth. So firstly, either how you're speaking to yourself, but it might be about, attending a job interview and selling yourself, or going on that date and selling yourself, and communicating yourself in that way. You need to make a choice. This reap what you sow is very, very positive. It's because these were to clarify that. So when you put your mind, or when you give it more, just as much say as your heart, when you equal that out and do what feels good and go out there, it's actually going to pay off. That's where your rewards are going to be. When you overcome that fear and you actually accept that invitation and follow that breadcrumb and follow that trail to your bliss, to your reward, I would dare say the very first invitation that you take is going to be a really good one. You're going to go to that party and you're going to have a great time. You're going to go to lunch with that friend and it's just going to go, oh, it's going to be easy. They're going to be awesome. The traffic on the way there and back is just going to be fine. The food will be yummy. It'll just be a really good decision to make. You'll make a choice based on leveling out your heart and your head, but you letting your head have a say and ignoring those fear-based emotions because they're not serving you, and just follow that breadcrumb. So let's now just have a look at any belief systems at play, because that's what we've been talking about. Because if you can shed light on a belief system, then it no longer has any power over you. Okay, and this is the Tarot of Dreams deck. Oh, one more shuffle. There we go. There it is. Justice. Okay. All right. So underlying your belief system is I'm going to take it from the perspective of advice. When you nurture yourself, you nurture your inner child, you mother yourself, in that is the divine justice. So what we need to do is balance that out again. The Empress is someone who nurtures. She's the ultimate mother. The ultimate mother. She's wise, she's grounded, she's abundant, she's giving, she's nurturing, she's the ultimate mother, the ultimate wife, the ultimate manifester. She's the counterpart to the Emperor. She rules in her own kingdom. Same with the Queen of Swords as well. And the Queen of Swords and the Justice both have an air element energy to them. Very feminine energy. In this deck, they're all women. And that women, there's a lot of feminine energy here. So, and it's divine feminine though. It is the feminine in you that is powerful and strong and very good at setting boundaries. So if you're actually attracted to pile one as well, there was a lot of information about setting boundaries and doing that. So and about nurturing yourself. So where the belief systems are really strongly coming through, they're wanting to be cleared, and they're needing to be cleared, and they're needing to be balanced out. So the belief systems at play are, it's sort of, I'm just going to tune in just to, before I move forward on this. A miscarriage of justice. But at the same time, this miscarriage of justice, which you've done to yourself, like it's been by holding yourself back, you're actually denying yourself that nourishment of human interaction or that job that could sustain you or be prosperous, because the Empress in her upright form, very abundant, very prosperous, never wants for anything, knows how to create it and demand it in a healthy way. So it feels like you're denying yourself of that abundance, but you're recognizing that and you know that. And in that inherent is the justice, that acknowledgement of it. What is the saying? Well aware is half there. You're more than half there in reversing this around, turning this Empress in the upright perspective where you can actually learn to nourish yourself again and balance that out. So the belief systems that are at play, that are at play, you've actually identified the fact that you're going against yourself and that what you're doing isn't serving you anymore. In fact, it's actually hurting you and it's keeping you, I'm getting under lock and key, but it's the key is to your own heart. You hold the key. You know how to get out of this. An example of this would be, someone who prefers their own energy, an introvert, doesn't want to go out in the world and just wants to be at home on their own. And, the world can be a scary place. People are just a little bit crazy at the moment. I get it. I get that it's really easy to be on your own. But in doing that, you are denying yourself of so much nourishment and so much nurturing that you can get from other people. This has a friendship element as well, because the Three of Cups is strongly relating to friends. So that's why I keep going back to, having that lunch date with that friend, or reaching out to a friend, or making a friendship, or trying to cultivate a friendship. In that is the just be you're aware of that. You know that you need to do that. So have faith that it will work out. You just need to take that step. That's it. Okay. So let's have a look now. This is the Learning Tarot cards, which is pretty. What will this reward or these rewards look like? So how will you know when you see them, or it, and what to look out for? What will these rewards look like? So, already we're saying, if you do accept it, well, that flew out. It'll be really, really fruitful. Ace of Cups. This is a new relationship. Firstly and predominantly with yourself. These cards, the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups, on their own have the ability to turn this around, because it's about self-love. It's first and foremost developing a new relationship, a brand new relationship with yourself, which you've already done. You've already done that. Again, highly linked to pile number 1. So this, like Page of Cups, love, comfort, kindness, intuition, good idea, a sensitive, thoughtful, introverted, cooperative, quiet, dreamy, imaginative, psychic, emotional, or dependent you, someone interested in learning about emotional issues. So you've definitely gone in, you've stirred up a bit of a hornet's nest with the emotions here, but you are balancing that out with your head and with your mind and with your logic, going, logically, this isn't working for me. I need to take up that invitation and go out and do that. It seems like it's a little thing, but I don't think so. I think it can lead to something, again, a reward that can lead to another reward that can lead to another reward. This Ace of Cups is about new beginnings, new relationships, new romance, love, happiness, joy, conception, but also new friendships as well. Fertility, pregnancy. It could be, and if this is the case, it could be that you're having troubles conceiving. So I would say that there's an invitation, if that is the case, to actually go out and start nurturing yourself more and loving your own body. Because if you are having trouble, maybe you're hating your body, maybe you're thinking your body isn't working, but start honoring that body and stop hating your body. If that's the case, I don't think that would be for everybody, but I would just put that out there. This Ace of Cups is not reversed though, so, it's possible. There's just a mental or emotional block there. Celebrations, socializing, which that is, an upsurge of new feelings. So this is what will the rewards look like, and how will you know when you see them? A new relationship of some sort. So a new friendship, a new relationship, you go on that date. I don't feel that this is related to work. So this is more about just friendships, or even just a relationship with yourself is going to take that to another level. So a relationship with yourself to another level, a friendship to another level, or a relationship to another level. So you're actually going to go out on that date or go out on that invitation with that friend, or take that friendship to another level, or take the relationship to another level. It's going to feel right. It's going to be something new is going to begin on a relationship level with someone else. And that's what's going to nurture you. The conversation that you have with them is just it's going to feel true. It's going to feel right. They're going to resonate with you on a level that you haven't resonated with anyone on for a very long time. It's going to restore your faith in people, in friendships again, and your faith in your ability to know the right breadcrumbs and balance out your head and your heart as well. It's going to restore that faith. So how you know what the rewards are going to look like is it's going to nurture you on an inner level, on an emotional level, and it's going to restore that. It's going to turn this around. So when this is turned around, and that will turn that around, then that turns that around. So taking up the opportunity, whatever it is, or the invitation, whatever it is to go out, that's what's going to turn everything around for you. Okay, so let's have a look at any advice from Spirit. Oh, this deck. This is the Mythic Tarot deck. This is my 20-year-old deck, and never likes to shuffle. Oh, I'll try it one more time. I've shuffled this already heaps today. But one more time. You know what? I'll just shuffle the traditional way. Okay, so advice from Spirit. There we are. Okay. My phone my camera just bleeped on me, but that's all right. I know what that is. And I'm going to run out of space. So let's just put this up there like that. Up there like that. Up there like that. So then that can... And I've lost my screen now. I don't know if this is in shot. I'll just trust that it is. Okay. So this is advice from Spirit. Okay, I'm pretty sure that means it's short. Okay. So again, a decision needs to be made. A choice needs to be made with regards to where you're moving forward. It's a choice that you're probably reluctant to make, or you've been, it's like you're covering your ears and going, la, 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 I didn't hear it. But you're going to have to make that choice. You know what it is. You know what it is. And he is looking at the Queen of Swords. You know what it is. You know what this choice is and where you need to head. And you know that it's a brand new, like a brand new relationship or a brand new friendship, or you might even want to be collaborating on a creative adventure. I'm starting to lose my voice. Sorry about that. Now I was going to take a drink. There we go. So the advice is take a step, even if it doesn't matter how small, in the right direction, in the direction of where you know you want to head, in the direction of what you've been thinking about and envisaging for yourself. It'll be the right one. You can be assured that whatever you've been, there's 2 aces here. There's 3 aces here with the Page of Cups. This is a huge, huge, brand new beginning. Take that step. If I'm going to call this reading anything, it's take that step. Make that call. Accept that invite. You need to do that. That's where your rewards are. And the rewards are going to be an amazing new friendship or an amazing new relationship that will turn everything around for you. Perfect. Okay. So how will focusing on these rewards benefit and enhance your life? Well, that's really already been answered, but let's just get some more information on that. And then I'll go straight into channeling. Okay. How will they, focusing on these rewards, focusing on taking that step, attending that job interview or whatever it is, accepting that interview. Okay. And get another one. It's going to form relief. So relief, hope, moving on. It's just going to be like a breath of fresh air. You're going to go, oh, so this is how good life can get. This is how good a relationship can be. This is how good a friendship can be. Perhaps if this is going on a friendship or starting a new friendship, perhaps the old one wasn't very nice and it's actually left a really bad taste in your mouth. or the old relationship that you're moving away from. It's like, oh, I'm just going to attract the same one, but you're not. You're absolutely not. Follow the breadcrumbs. I'll just get one more. No, one more. And then I'll move into channeling. Come on, one more just to clarify how will focusing on these rewards benefit and enhance your life. There it is. Okay. Let's put that there. And that there. Okay. So I would say it is going to help you move on from a previous relationship that didn't work. And that previous relationship is the one that broke your heart. Possibly, again, a loss of a child, maybe, or you didn't quite get pregnant. There could have been that as well. I'll put that one out there. But you'll be moving on. I would say, if it is that, there is definitely hope that this, like, try again. With the friendship, except that there's some sort of invitation to move forward from something that in the past, and I'm just moving into channeling, that in the past hurt you, that made this, like the idea of starting a new friendship or the other idea of starting a new relationship, seem like a nightmare. And perhaps you've been single for a long time, or you've just sort of gone without making new friends for a long time, or whatever the situation is, you've sort of been on a hiatus for a while, but now is a time to actually get back on the horse. And the universe is wanting to provide justice for that. Justice for what happened to you, and the hurt that you received as a result of this previous relationship, and is going to reward you by being able to move on. An example of that is starting a new relationship or going on a date with someone, and this person is just amazing. They treat you with respect. They are the person that your ex wasn't, for example. It's going to renew your faith in relationships or friendships or life again. Renew your faith in yourself. So I'm just going to tune in just to see if there's anything else. Faith has its own rewards. Faith puts you, and when you have faith, by the way, that's when you're actually daring to look at that vision and daring to go for it and daring to believe that it's possible for you and that it's actually out there for you. Getting yourself in that mindset has its own reward, because you actually go, shit, it's possible. I can get that. Taking that one step, that one breadcrumb, taking up that one invitation will open up a new perspective and put you in a state of hope again. And that's where everything will begin for you. It'll restore your faith. It'll restore your faith in the universe and in yourself and your ability to attract what you want, not just in this area, but any other area. That's where the reward will keep on rewarding you. Because you'll go, okay, I followed the universal breadcrumbs here and it paid off. Oh, here's another breadcrumb. That might pay off too. Let's take up that invitation too. Let's go there. Let's go and see that show or whatever. And then that will pay off. And you'll go, ooh, listening to the synchronicities thing, that's kind of working for me. Trusting my own intuition, because the Queen of Swords is incredibly intuitive, because intuition and messages come through the mind. And she knows, and I say she because it's a queen, knows when a message comes through is right or wrong. Right now, the messages that are coming through are from your limiting belief systems. But you know that. Your limiting belief systems are to not nurture, like every time you nurture yourself, something bad happens, or whenever you put yourself first, or dare to believe in having something that is prosperous or fruitful or abundant, something bad happens and just injustice happens. But you are actually turning that around now. You are actually you're probably doing the shadow work, I would say. And in this dream that you've had or intuitive hit is the seed of how to do that. That's actually sparked that. But once you've done that, or if you've already done that, take up that offer, or take up that offer now, even before you've done the shadow work, or you feel complete in that. Because when you do that, and when you follow that breadcrumb, and you follow that synchronicity and that pathway, you're going to find a relationship that shits all over this old one, and it's going to restore your faith again. Oh, but it's going to be beautiful. This new relationship is just going to be completely different to what you had. The complete opposite, actually. Just take that step and make that choice. That's the best advice. Okay. All right. I managed to do a shorter one. Wow. Well, thank you very much for joining me. And if you liked it, like, share, subscribe, put a comment in the comment section below. If you have any ideas for any future reads, do that too. Put in the comment section below, and I'll absolutely do that for you. Until then, though, I will see you next week with my next read. Okay. Bye. Thank you. Hey, pile 3. How you doing? Thank you for joining me. And if you picked pile 3, you picked the selenite crystal, which is highly spiritual conductor of energy, and it's linked to the crown chakra. So if you'll be doing any spiritual work, a highly sensitive person, empath, you've been doing it in meditation, connecting in with the astral realms, doing any of the inner work, all that sort of stuff, this stone is actually absolutely helping you. So this stone alone could let you know whether you've picked the right pile, if that sounds like you. But let's go into these cards. Let's go deeper. And this is the mystical wisdom deck. And sensuality, express your sensitivity. And Archangel Gabriel, messenger of creativity and hope. So let's just bring that. That actually looks good there. Okay. So let's have a look at that. What I'm seeing here, first and foremost, is if you're trying to make a baby or have a baby, you might have had a few issues with that of late. But what this is saying is they're not major issues, and the universe is actually working with you to overcome those blocks at the moment. I would say it's looking very favorable. What you can do is get in touch with your sensual side. And this goes with any area of life or any situation that you're asking about. Doing things that make you feel good and make love to life again, make love to yourself again, figuratively or literally, who cares? Makes it hard to have a baby though. But making love to life again. So make it like in the example of wanting to, make a baby, create a baby. Maybe it's been about just having the sex and, implanting the seed. And it's just like, let's get this job done. Maybe it's been about that. And it maybe sort of lost the reason why you actually make love in the first place. So maybe, inherent in this could be advice is to, bring some more fun into the bedroom, or bring some more fun into your life, or bring some more fun into your creative endeavors, what you want to create. It's got a very Ace of Cups, Empress type vibe to this card. And I would say if you are wanting to have a child, that the child that you do have or can have or will have, if you want to go down that track, is going to be a very, very spiritual baby. And if you want to attract a soul like that, you need to be in that state when you're making love. And the best way to do that is to make love, actually make it fun. Be sensual, candles, roses, chocolates, all that sort of stuff. Make it ritualistic, or make it fun in a sensual way. Making love to each other's bodies rather than just going through the motions. And similarly too, if you're starting a creative venture, you've maybe gotten some ideas on what to do with a creative venture, and perhaps you're maybe just going through the motions of that. I'm just going to do this, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to send that email, and then I'm going to make that, and then send it out, and then someone's going to buy it, whatever the process is. And it's stopped being fun. So I would say connect back in to life again by having fun with life and getting creative with life again, making love to life again. And it feels like there's been a little bit of a block there. So if this does sound like you, whether you are making a baby, or you're making a creative project, or even you started a relationship, or you're in a relationship where you're wanting to create something new or take it to another level, whatever it is, and it feels like the fun has gone a little bit, it's not as fun, it's maybe a little bit mechanical now, then I would say this reading is for you. But we'll get some more information if you're still not quite sure. And this is the Secret Oracle, and this will be your current perspective on the situation itself, and because this is where the rewards are. If you can unblock this, like if you can get back in touch with your sensual side again, whatever area of life that's in, the rewards can be found there. So what's your current perspective of this situation? That's too many. With regards to the rewards and whether you see them or not. And I feel like they want to go over there for some reason, so that's where I'm going to put them. I don't know why. Too many again. Okay. What I'm going to do, because they're just jumping out like crazy lunatics, I'm just going to give it one more shuffle this way. All right, there we go. So perhaps, there's many rewards, there's many opportunities, but you're not seeing them, or there's too many to choose from. Undeserving villains. Now, pile 1 got that as well. So if you're attracted to pile 1, maybe there's a message in there for you. So I think at the moment you're not seeing the rewards. You're perhaps seeing the situation itself, or your body, or the creative venture, or the relationship as undeserving, or maybe you're seeing yourself as undeserving. But trust in the science. It's interesting, I've gotten this before as well, and I'm going to get some clarifier as well. So, perhaps going back to the trying to make a baby example, perhaps you've been, I'll use an example of a family friend. They were on IVF for years and years and years and years. Nothing ever happened. The moment they got off IVF, she fell pregnant to twins, because she released the resistance to not having babies. You know what, let's go off and let's just have fun having sex. Let's just enjoy it. Most likely, I didn't find out that. But that's like, she released the resistance. And she just gave up on the struggle straight away, got pregnant. So I would say that perhaps you're thinking, if this is an example, that science has let you down and they're not working for you. That can be a perfect example. You got to get back to your sensuality. I couldn't think of a more perfect example of how to explain these cards right now. There's a message that's coming through on how to make life fun again. In that will direct you to your reward that you're seeking, whether that be, again, you could be creating anything, not just a baby. You could be creating a hobby project. You could be cultivating a relationship, or creating something at work, and just sort of going through the motions. And this is read number 3, and my voice starts to go, so I'm just going to take a drink. I'm just going to shuffle this one more time. Okay, so this is to clarify this one. Okay, it's better. Nice warm tea. Okay, about your current life perspective and with regards to seeing the rewards. So where you're looking right now is not where the rewards are, I would say, but I'll just get some clarification. Three of Wands and the Moon. So yes, I would say that you're not currently seeing the rewards, or where the rewards are where you think they're not. So I know that sounds really strange, but trust your I'm going to just tune in, actually. There's something else that wants to come through. Just 1 second. When you let go and let God, and when you release the resistance, that's when the true, normally with the Three of Wands, it's a dude sitting there or person sitting there waiting for the ship to come in. The ship will then be able to come in. It's there for you. You just need to release the resistance and allow divine timing in. You don't know it yet for a reason. I would say don't listen to doctors, or don't listen to the science. Don't listen to the statistics or the analytics or anything like that with regards to what it is that you're creating. Tune back in to your vision, that vision that you had at the very beginning about how you wanted this to go and what you wanted it to look like. Reacquaint yourself back into that, because in that was born from fun. That was born from being in a really good mood. You can't have a great idea about something that makes you feel good from a place of feeling bad. You just can't. It just doesn't work. You don't feel it. It's not there. It's not real. It's not true. This was born from a feeling of, hey, yeah, let's do that. Let's create that. Let's go in that direction. Yeah, that would be really cool. We really, really want that. And then along the way, it's like, oh, God, this is hard. So you haven't lost your vision. You're still very squarely focused on where you want to be and where you want to get to. But I think your faith has been put in the wrong areas. I will just get some more information now. Okay, so let's just have a look at your belief systems with regards to whether they're limiting or supporting you. I would say that, your belief systems are sound, what we'll see. It's just where you've been looking, where you think the rewards are, they're not there. I think I'll get clarification on that. But okay, let's have a look at belief systems. Okay, that's the Eight of Swords. It's a self-imposed prison. Self-imposed prison of stress. And this stress is blocking that. It's stress. It's resistance. And it doesn't need to be there. So, again, it's like the hermit mode reverse. Like, maybe you've been overthinking this, overanalyzing this, stressing about it. Over using analytics and using some logical brain work to try and figure all this out, and it's just stressing you out. That's putting the block in there. So your belief systems aren't supporting the creative adventure or the creative adventure that you're on and what you want to create from it. And where you're putting your faith is not where the rewards lie. And the proof of that is, how's it serving you so far? Has it worked? Is it actually working? Or is it time to take a different approach? Is it time maybe just to take some time out and go, you know what? I'm just going to take a day, a week, a month or two off worrying about this thing. How about you just, stop trying to make a baby for a month and just go on a holiday and just make love to your partner and enjoy it for a month. See what happens. Have you tried that? Have you tried going back and revisiting in your heart what made you want to do this in the first place? And that place of fun and sensuality that you were in, that energetic place, and revisiting that and going back there and doing that again. Go back to that place that gave spark to this idea in the first place. Now I feel like I want to go straight to advice. I'm going to jump to question number 5 and then go back. Okay, it's actually question number 4. I've numbered these wrong. Oh, okay, I will note that. That was the moon. It was actually upright in this deck, so I'll note it because you've got the moon reversed there. So it's about making the unseen seen, because where you're looking right now, it's hidden because you can't see it. You're not looking in the right spots. But if you do that and you go back to that place where it's fun, where this desire and thinking about the desire is fun, that's what's going to unlock it and get you in the vibration you need to be in. Way too many. Okay, so I'm just getting advice, and then we'll go back to how they will look when you get them. So advice from Spirit. Oh, that's a yes. The answer is a yes to everything. Okay, then so when you release, because judgment reverse is about critical, it can be about reaping what you sow in a negative way, but I don't think so. This is very much about self-imposed prison. So it's about the self-judgment that you're putting on yourself. And the answer lies in releasing that and releasing those harsh, critical judgments, that overanalyzing. This is a yes to everything I was saying. It's a 100% yes. You're going to get an idea, like where that idea come from is where more ideas can come from and more creation can be born from. Perfect. So now I'm going to have a look at what will the rewards look like and how you know them when you see them. And this is Learning Tarot Cards. Okay. Okay, Seven of Wands, standing up for your beliefs, and Ace of Wands, another ace. Beautiful. This, these readings are just full of new beginnings. Last pile 2, I believe, was again the same thing. Got 2 aces here. Oh, sorry about that, Kat. Talk about a day of interruptions. My partner just come home unexpectedly. So, yeah, we just had a chat. Now he's gone. So, yeah, I didn't expect that. So it's interesting, you know, talking about partnerships and creative. Yeah, maybe that's a note to myself. So I don't remember what I was up to and what I was saying, but okay, let's go here. Okay, yeah. So I haven't read that one. So there's a lot of new beginnings. So new beginnings, good news, physically starting something, creative spark, you know, oh, hello. New initiative, finding new passion, enthusiasm. So it's about finding that passion again, you know, why did you want to do it in the first place? Why did you want to create that creative venture or child or whatever it is in the first place? Reignite that spark again. Reignite that excitement again and that motivation. Get your mojo back. And in that is the truth. It could be standing up. An example of this can be, you know, trust the signs. Like I think with that, especially being undeserving villains there and the moon reverse, I would say, you know, you might have people, doctors, analytics, whatever, telling you you can't do this. The statistics are blah, 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 blah. What you're going to do is go, fuck it. No, I'm going to stand up for what I believe. I'm going to stand up for this initial vision that gave birth to this in the first place, and I'm actually going to fight for it. I'm going to rise to the challenge. Because the Seven of Wands is about someone, for example, I don't know, you're, say, a tarot reader. Shoot, I couldn't think of anything else. You're a tarot reader, and you're the best tarot reader in town. And then some newbie comes up and is a better tarot reader than you and starts taking your clients. Are you going to give up and fold and cry like a baby, or are you going to level up your own business and use that not as an opportunity to get creative and go, you know what, I'm going to develop a new spread. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to market differently. I'm going to level up. Basically, what that contrast has done is force you to actually level up. It's healthy competition. So I would say that what this has done, whoever is telling you that you can't do it, or whatever it is, you could be telling you yourself, you know, you could be telling yourself that because you're overanalyzing and stressing about everything and convincing yourself that it can't be done, or maybe there's something wrong with you or something wrong with your body, or you're too old, or whatever it is your mind's telling you. No, level up and go, you know what, despite that, this is actually going to force me to get even more creative and make it happen. You're going to get motivated to make that happen, and you're going to see this as your quest. So, but it's interesting in that motivation and just getting that drive to move forward. It is through doing things that make you feel good again, like you used to. You've lost that. Making love to life again, like you used to. Okay, so let's have a look. I have no idea how long this reading is now. So, I don't know. Okay. So how will focusing on these rewards benefit and enhance your life? So how will focusing in this way, how will how will getting more sensual benefit you? That's hello. How will making fun and making love to life and make life fun again benefit you? I mean, that's a no-brainer. Okay, so that is in shot. Okay, so here we go. Now that's interesting. 7 of Wands and 5 of Wands here. Conflicts, annoyance, and competition. That's exactly how I describe the 7 of Wands here. I see the 5 of Wands as a rite of passage, but it is just sort of a small annoyance that you need to move forward. And when you do, when you focus on that, you're going to get good at actually rising to the challenge. That's a reward in itself. That's like a bonus level reward. So you're going to get more than one reward here. Okay, so this is short-lived. This is short-lived. And it's what is the conflict, or what is getting in your way? Mainly is your own thoughts, is the stress, is the overanalyzing, the making it too logical and making it too left brain. You need to get your right brain involved. You need to get your inner child involved. You need to get that fun and that spark in life again. That's what's going to help. So I'm just going to put one more. How will it enhance your life? Too many. Just one more. How will it enhance your life? Okay. I just had a gazillion cards fall out. Okay. How will it enhance your life? Again, interesting, I just said again. You know what, that'll do. Okay. And let's do it this way. Alright, there's 4, but I will take it. Okay. You're going to get clarity. Are they all in the shot? Okay. Okay. You're going to get clarity where before all you got was disappointment and potentially lies. There's going to be clarity at the end of it. You are going to know. You are going to figure this out. You 100% are going to figure this out. You don't know it yet. And perhaps where you're looking in the area which is causing the stress is actually in an area of maybe betrayal, or things haven't worked out for one way, shape, or form. An example that's coming to me is you starting a creative venture with someone else and that person backed out, or that person took your idea, or something like that. That's an example. And you're thinking, I'm just going to take a drink. You're thinking maybe that's the end of it. How will I ever get another idea? But that's just not true. You need to shift your focus back on what makes you feel good. Level up. Get creative again. Do that thing that makes you feel good. Do that things that gets you creative, that brings in those ideas. From that place is going to be the truth that you need and the clarity that you need to move forward, and it'll unblock everything. So now I'm just going to move into channeling. And I'm just going to use this stone to help me. There was a way in the past that you used to communicate with Source, with the universe. However way you want to describe that, with your guides, with your intuition, maybe a past loved one. Maybe you would just speak out loud. There was a way that you used to communicate with spirit and it worked. Get back to that. Reacquaint yourself with that again. Maybe you just journaled. Maybe it was tarot. Maybe it was just talking out loud. Maybe it was having a bubble bath. Whatever it was where you would receive messages in, where you would get your creative flow come through that area of life. Could be yoga, could be going for a walk, could be playing with your pets, anything where you would receive insights and intuition and inspiration. Revisit that again. That was where doing that was fun. Doing that felt natural and easy, something that you could do for hours on end and be perfectly fine and can continue doing that. Where time just flew, you forgot to eat, it just flowed. Get back to that. That's where your answers are. That's where this is going to be created from. That space is where this is going to get created from. That womb of creation. It's in that quiet place, that solitude where you go to just be. It's not a place that you go to do or to analyze or to escape. It's a place that you go to just be and allow and release the resistance. Make life fun again. Make love to that moment, that present moment, that space where the true you resides and where you communicate with and tap into the answers that you need and the creative ideas and that creative urge. That is where you shine. And it feels maybe you've deviated because you want this so badly. You overanalyze, you overthink, you try to make it happen. And in doing that, that's actually preventing it from happening. It doesn't mean it can't happen. You just need to approach it a different way. Go back to the way that you think won't work. Like, it does sound strange to just have fun and release the resistance and not think about it, then it'll happen. It sounds like a paradox or oxymoron or whatever. But that's exactly what needs to happen, because that's where the creative idea was born from in the first place. You need to stay there. Where you are now energetically is hindering. But it's an easy transition. Just remembering what you did before and doing that again. Give yourself permission to go there and take the time needed to go there. Say, in this hour, I am giving myself permission to devote my time 100% to having a bubble bath, going for a walk, reading a book, whatever it is that just makes you feel good and gets you in touch with yourself again. Do more of that. Make it a regular thing. This is going to take a little bit of time because you need to undo the momentum you had in the old direction and then create a new one again. It takes time, but you will get there. There's nothing wrong with analyzing and figuring things out and being logical and doing all those sorts of things, reading the books, all that sort of stuff. But at the same time, you need to honor the other side, the creative side of you, the right brain side of you, and have fun and relax your body, because through your body is where ideas come from as well and come through. Resisting the knots in your body or releasing the knots in your body will release the resistance in your body, and that will help information flow through. And it's not just about ideas that are coming through, but it's also the energy required to make this happen can then come through as well. But you can do it. It's possible. It's absolutely 100% possible for this to become a reality for you. You just need to get out of your own way and get back into the creative way. Amen. Okay. Well, I think that's it. Oh, well, thank you very much for joining me for I think this is my 6th read or 7th read. I've lost track now. And if you liked it, share, like, subscribe, put a comment in the comment section. And if you have any ideas for any future reads, in the comment section, and I'll read them, and I'll absolutely do that for you. But until next week, when I do my next read, I'll say bye and thank you.